Shalom Yasharala, Shalom Yasharala, Yabrakam Yahweh Basham Mashak Awashai. All right, so it's official. All right, it's official. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna turn this down a bit. And this is actually one of my favorite albums. All right, for those of you who know me, you've been hearing this for a long time. All right, so let me go ahead and share this link. Put a 7 in the room if you can hear me okay. All right, and I want to share this album with you all. It's a very good album. It's one of my favorite It's one of my favorite study sleep mantra album. All right, so as you can see, the name of it is now, I do not own copyright rights to the music. I hope that they do not be like cut this video off because I can't stand it. I don't know. I really have intentions of just teaching and sharing, and the interruptions be ridiculous. So let's go ahead and get started to it. All right. So we're gonna get started on the screen share. All right. So for those of you who know me, you know one of my passions is to study, to learn, and to teach. All right, so I'm not going to pretend like I came from a family. If you can hear me okay, put a 7 in the room. You're going to want to hear this information that we're going to share because it is on birthdays. And I know a lot of you are conflicted on birthdays. I know a lot of you are die-hard birthday fanatics, which the word fanatic means to be a fan of, and you're in a frenzy about it. That's what I heard. But fanatic, some of us are very crazy about birthday. I just personally am not. Now, remember, if you decide to celebrate your birthday, I believe that's between you and, the God that you serve. I serve the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God that's mentioned of in every Bible on the planet. My nationality is that Anya Yasha'Allah, Ban Yasha'Allah, which means I am Israel, son of Israel. Okay, so the Israelite custom is not to celebrate or to glorify or to lift up or deify or magnify ourselves. All right, 1 second, hold that thought. Let's get started with some scriptures. All right, now I know some of you may not like this, but some things are just growth spurts. Okay, so no, I will not be telling you happy birthday on your birthday. I will not be doing birthday gifts because the majority of my life that I know you, I'm doing things for you. Even if you don't think I'm doing things for you, if you're in my life, my friend, if you're a friend of me, I'm usually thinking of you because I sincerely love you. So, and I make mistakes. I may give you a really nice fountain ink pen with the ink, and then I'll try to ink it up, and it'll be all messed up. And I'll be like, you know what? I tried. But I'm always thinking of you. So, no, I will not be taking one designated day on the day that you were born and tell you happy birthday. All right. Let me explain to you why. Okay. So let's look at a few things. First, this might sound silly, but this is really how I think, okay? When was the phrase happy birthday coined, all right? When was it coined? Now, I thought about this because there was a brother that said to me one time, I got common sense. And I said to him, well, and I learned this from my elder, salute to my Zaquan Father Zaz, Zaquan Nathan Yalla, and all the other elders that, helped bring me up personally in this truth, not as a internet elder, but as a lived in the house with, slept under the stars, kept the holy convocations with, cried with, endured abortions, what do you call those? Miscarriages. The scripture says when you have a friend, that your friend should even mourn with you if you miscarriage. There's so many characteristic things that our people don't know about being a Israelite. They just think, oh, Israelites, oh, you're Israelite, you join the Israelites, but they don't know that Israelites with our nationality, which first of all, we're not really called Israelites. We're actually called Yasha'Allah. Some people may say Bini Israel, and that's fine because that's Arabic. But in our nationality, they say it's Hebrew. That's fine. But the way that I pronounce Paleo Hebrew is Yashar Allah, which means He, Prince, Power. Yah, He, Shar, Prince, Allah, Power. He, Prince, Power. That's the name of the Negroes, so-called Hispanics, Cubans, Dominicans, Haitians, North American Indians, and a lot of these cases that were in the interior of Africa, still enslaved all the way into these local regions. Like right now, I live in Cincinnati. These Negroes are so Israelite, and they don't know it, and it breaks my heart because I got to look at them and be like, I love you. And then it makes me think like how Christ looks at us. But it also makes me think how my mother looks at me. So I want to first give everybody an apology, a public apology to Yasha'Allah. I lost my temper a while back. Now, I certainly didn't do as good as Joseph. I didn't do as good anywhere near losing our temper and then, you know, having a regard to words that we spoke, etc. It doesn't help. But defending ourselves, it doesn't help. You know, so you know, with whatever, you know, within the past growth experiences that I just went through, that we all just went through, that we're all currently going through, because as we get closer to the end of the world age, we get closer to the time of Christ's coming. All right, temperatures are turning up, vibrations are changing, energies are changing. New people are meeting, Edomites are submitting, Canaanites are being like, you know, they're starting to be as still as stone, as Psalms chapter 15 says. It says the Canaanites will be as still as stone. Like we don't even notice them. You don't even see what they're doing. They're starting to fall back in the background like they did before. So the Africans, Hamites are starting to fall back. Edomites are starting to submit. You know, Arabs are starting to be like, hey, for real, you my brother. So as we see these things, you know, turn up, it's not time for us to glorify ourselves. Anybody that tells me happy birthday right now, you're offending me. All right, I'm a man that's going through a growth process of continual hurt. But that's what actually teaches us how to love. The more you hurt, the more you endure to hurt, the more you learn how to love. You know, that's what Hamashiach is. So telling me happy birthday is an offense to me because you know I'm a Hebrew. You know I'm not going to submit to you. I'm not going to eat your drink your Kool-Aid. I'm not going to eat your pork. I'm not going to, you know, submit to the. So don't tell me happy birthday. All right. So was I born May the 21st, 1980? All praise the Most High. Yes, I was. But when the sun goes down and I start getting phone calls, text messages, that's annoying. First thing I did was I called my mother. When the Most High woke me up, you know, first I was cursed at this morning. I didn't get my morning didn't start with peace. My morning didn't start. I actually woke up singing a song, and the song was BB and CeCe Winans. They in the streets of gold. Can you imagine? Can you imagine somewhere that life will never end? No one ever grows old. Y'all remember that song, BB Winans and CeCe Winans, Heaven? So check this out. When I'm asleep, I hear songs and visions. So I wake up singing, you know, and sometimes the way that we wake up, it can affect our coworkers and affect our peers. You know, it can affect everything. So, yeah. So we have to be very mindful how we start our morning, how we, you know, affect other people in our days. So I just want to let everybody know, please, for the time frame that Yahweh has allowed us to live in his life, don't wish me a happy birthday. If you want to do something brotherly, lovingly, teach me. Be a real, you know, companion and friend and sincerity. You know, go through sorrows with other ones. My brother, you know, just lost his father recently. So, you know, I'm in mourning with him. But we have to keep in mind not only these things. I'm not trying to turn birthdays into a sorrowful thing. I just want y'all to understand. Just like you learn that Jesus isn't white. I mean, excuse me, Jesus is white. Excuse me, Jesus is not white. I'm sorry, wait, Jesus is not. Just like you learn, wait, Jesus, the European version of Jesus is white, okay? But the actual Savior, Hamashiach, as President Putin and as the world powers, and as the Bible has pointed out, just like you learned he is a Negro, you have to learn to stop doing pagan customs. I'm not going to do Christmas. I'm not going to do Easter. I'm not going to do that. Even if it comes down to my day, it's not my day. It's my mother's day. Stop being simple. My mother gave her life to bear 4 children before she bared me. She never had an abortion. She never had a miscarriage. And then she gave birth to her last and largest child, which is me. So why should I gratify any of you and teach you to do wickedness and say, thank you for telling me? Why should I be a bad teacher to you in that right? Let your other elder do that. Let the men who don't love you do that. I'm not going to do it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Everything comes from something. Happy birthday to you. All right, let's look it up real quick. The phrase happy birthday to you, because I was thinking, like, when did we ever see happy birthday in the scriptures? And why do I have people from my nationality? And that's not, if you're not from my nationality and you're just not getting to know me and you're one of my new Gentile friends, that's literally a physical Gentile. Because I got some physical Gentile friends that I'm teaching to come to my God. Yahweh is his name. Abandon your false gods, man. Abandon your father. You see what your fathers did to my people? You see how you cool with me? Hey, you see how you adore me? Hey, look, man, follow me to my God. That's how Yasha'Allah is supposed to be. This word ain't just for Israel. This word is for the whole planet. Your street teacher was wrong. I street teach. I love street teach. I haven't street teach in a long time. I haven't, I'm on Isle of Patmos. So I street teach till Goyim. But your teacher was wrong. This word isn't just for the Jew. According to Leviticus chapter 21, 22, 23, 24, which you should have read this week's Torah portion. When we see that the law come up pertaining to not blaspheming Yahweh and the goyim that live amongst us, is one law for the Jew, one law for the Gentile. So stop being bad teachers and being indifferent. I'm not going to teach you to keep birthday practices, even if it's not something. Why that song come on? Sundress. That's my song. Is that outside? That's my. Oh, that's my music. Oh, that's my playlist. Connections. Oh boy, whew. That's my Jones right there. Because for you, I got time. I mean, if you take it, but hey, if not, then show them it's loud. All right, but stick to the script. All right, birthday celebrations are pagan at core. They're pagan at heart, and I'm not a pagan. Anya Yashala, Banya Yashala. I'm going to ask you to take time and share this out, because what we're going to read, you're going to want to hear. You're going to want to hear it because when your elder or when somebody else come up, or even when your mother, remember the scripture says, the scriptures tell us, and it's right there, it's clear. If your father or if your mother or if your friend, which is like thine own soul, the Most High tells you, you will have specific family members that's so in love with you that they will do anything, they will give their life for you. But watch this. All right, we're going to read it from a couple different translations. This is the New International Translation. This New International Version. Now, I teach people don't read from the NIV, because the NIV actually came from, and I'm going to try to not open up too many windows. If you really love me, give me a better computer so I can teach. Y'all have no idea the stuff that's inside this wacky brain. I wake up going to, wake up, teach, and learn and study, go to sleep, teach, learn. My friends and family be like, dang, you always, I'll be like, yeah, that's how I think. All right. Westcott and Hort. Let me show you all this. Come with me now. And if you like what you see and shit, don't be greedy, man. Don't be selfish. Share this out. I mean, look, I don't take, irregardless of what you may think, before you knew of me, I was already praying for you. Before you even came into knowing you was an Israelite, a lot of you knew Yahshua, and then you Yahshua, and I knew I was already like, all right, irregardless of whatever you think, all this information has literally been getting gathered just to get back to you. I don't like talking to y'all no more because y'all don't listen. So the Most High says that's one of the things he don't like. He's a wise man that's not sought out. Some people don't like the fact that I'm a polygynist. So your father was a polygynist and your mother was in a polygynist relationship when she was married to your father who had another woman. Ooh, now what? It's just I choose to never leave the women I lay with. And if they leave me, shame on them. Their father, their mother, their children, everybody knows. Heaven and earth, Yahweh knows. So now that you know right from wrong, stick to what's right. And for all this time frame that we've been learning, we've been studying this so that you can get it. For those of you who don't want to listen, don't. So shalom is out. A self-sufficient fool will fall flat on his face. Watch this. The New International in the original Greek is the Greek language version of the New Testament, published when? 1881. It is also known as Westcott and Hort text. What? What is the Westcott and Hort text? Oh, it's a name. Oh my God! You got Vincent Van Gogh from Ghostbusters 2. Disney. That is a scary looking heathen. You wasn't expecting him to be the writer of your Bible, was you? Hold on 1 second. Get him off the screen, scaring little kids and animals. Vincent John Anthony Hort. This man looked like he just conjured up the devil himself. This man looked like I sit alone in my four-corner room staring at candles. Golly. So Westcott and Hort. Westcott and Hort are the ones who came up with the New International Version. So the NIV Bible, when you have your NIV Bible, and I didn't mean to do that. I don't know what just happened. It's a lot. I don't know what just happened. So Westcott and Hort are the two Gentiles that. Oh, that's why. Okay, that's why. Okay. Slow. There we go. Westcott and Hort. Oh, I should have went to Westcott and Hort occult. That's what I should have went down to. Okay, let me see. Let me see. Let me go. Let's just go to images. So Westcott and Hort. Look at this. These two heathens. Oh, hey, hey, bless. So Westcott and Hort are the two Gentiles that came up with what? The RSV, ESV, NASV, the Living Version Bible, which the Living Version Bible is actually one of my favorites. When I was in prison, when I was in juvie, when I was in county, my whole lifetime of reading the Bible in my whatever, the specific Bible kept coming to me. It was the Living Bible, and it was extremely paraphrased, so it's very easy to read, and I really like it. I really like it. So I encourage others to check it out if you like it. I don't encourage you to read prophecies out of it, but I encourage you to read Proverbs out of it, out of the Living Bible, because it's super paraphrased. It's easy for children to understand. But if you're going for wisdom, stick with the King James. And look at this, the NIV. All right, 1861, Hort to Hort Scott. Our text should be cast upon the world's belief. We deal with the matters likely to brand us with suspicion. I don't know. This is some foolery. I don't believe this writing right here as a quote. I don't believe this is right. It might be very much so. I don't know. All right. But I do notice that these two men were not only Satanists, they were occultists. Westcott and Hort not only did the New Living Translation Bible, which is the same as the New World Translation, which is the Jehovah's Witness Bible. All right. They also did any of the new ones. So we stick with the King James, but I want to show you just in the new translations, all right, the difference in the variation of speech, but also what it says. It says, if your very own brother or your son or your daughter or your wife or your love or your closest friend secretly entices you saying, let us go and worship other gods that neither you nor your father have known. Now let's read in KJV. Let's see what it says. If thy brother, the son of thy mother, or thy son, or thy daughter, or the wife of thy bosom, or thy friend, which is as thine own soul, entice thee secretly, saying, let us go and serve other gods, which thou hast not known, thou or thy fathers. The Most High tells us that the next thing that we're supposed to do is put that Negro to death. If you try to get me to come to your Christmas dinner, I'm supposed to hit you with a rock. If you try to get me to come to your Thanksgiving dinner, booyah, another rock. If you try to get me to come to your any type of pagan holiday celebration, I'm supposed to go get everybody in Yashar would be like, yo, man, this Negro just tried to get me to come to a satanic feast. Yeah, they tried to get me to come to a feast to where we paint up our children and we have sex with them. Yeah, that's called Saturnalia. That's Christmas. Yeah, man, this brother, this sister, man, this beautiful sister, bad body, boy. I'm talking about, she got all the looks, boy, hit all the walls, she bad. Yeah, man, she tried to give me some artifacts, man, and asked me to be her Valentine. You mean Lupercalia? You mean the day that's based off of having sex with goats and beating your wives with leather straps? It's called Lupercalia. See, it's no difference in between Saturnalia, Lupercalia, or Snakesgiving, as we call so-called, the world so-called Snakesgiving, which is when our forefathers were raped, robbed, and murdered. There's no way around it. I'm not so dumb to pretend. I'm not the one that walks out of the house without fringes on, feeling good about it. I got a bag of Satitis fringe. I poke a hole through my shirt. Why? Because this law starts inside and it works its way out. Let's get to this real quick. It's officially my birth season. My mother didn't birth me at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 p.m. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My mother birthed me at 8 p.m. in between Taurus and Gemini on the 4th day of the week, May the 21st, 1980. So if I look at my phone, I would be right now, let me see, I would be about 1 hour and 19 minutes old right now. Also, the lunar phase I was born in at that time, I have to double check, but I believe it was full moon. Maybe it was waning gibbous. I believe I was born during waning gibbous at that time. All right. If anybody needs help with that, I can show you how to calculate, even with apps, how to calculate the time frame of, you know, what month, what lunar phase you were born in. I mean, it's all easy. It's there. So when people say, you know what, never mind. Let's get back to it. So if somebody entices you and tries to ask you to come and get you to come and worship their God, our first thing is supposed to be a smash on sight response. The answer is implicable. La is no. I'm not interested. Not only am I not interested, let me teach you why it's wrong. All right. Let's go ahead and start a screen share. I'm gonna read to you real quick because this may have been missed. All right. All right, we're gonna start a screen share. All right, now this is what we're gonna look at. This website I'm gonna share with you. All right, so just to let everybody know, I called my mother this morning. I called my mother today, and I told Amma Zaquan, you know, Wada Amma, you know, thank you for what you went through. You know, thank you for your hip spreading. Thank you for you enduring the pain of contractions. You know, Tawada, thank you for your back pain. Tawada, thank you, Amma, for you know, and I just thanked her for what she went through. You know, and we really got to do that. You know, stop looking at yourselves. Stop glorifying ourselves. All right, we must. All right, it's not lawful to. So let's read it. Okay, this is where we are now. I'm going to share the link with everybody. All right, but first, let me scroll up so you can see. We're reading from Flavius Josephus of the Antiquities, which the word antiquity means the ancient information. Antiquity is more than history. All right, Flavius Josephus, all right, which was a Negro historian, all right, from your nationality, my nationality. And if you're not an Israelite, if you're not from the Negro nationality, then you know that you can look up this information. Your grandparents know Europeans wrote down our history from our antiquitous writers. Okay, so Flavius Josephus was a Negro from our nationality. Antiquities of the Jews, all right, and now this is called Against Apion. Apion was a African man who could not stand Israelites. He couldn't stand Yasharawa. Apion was a Hamite hater. He was a Michael Blackston. All right, you nigga. All right. If you ever hear anybody call you Wanugu, all right, there's so many different, you know, Hamite tongues. Wanugu is a way of calling you nigga. All right, so there you go. You can have that one. That's a free one. All right, so this is Flavius Josephus, Antiquities of the Jews against Apion. He had to write a letter against Apion because Apion did not like Israelites. So Apion said all kind of mean things about us. Now, when it comes to the portion about our law, for those of you who know me, they know, you know, I read this regularly. But after this, I'm going to show you what we're supposed to be reading to our children. And if you're a man, I encourage you listen to it, that you read it. All right. So you can know what you're supposed to be doing on your birthday. And let's give credit, glory to our fathers and to our mothers who actually birthed us than being satanic and giving glory to ourselves, because you're a Satanist when you worship yourself, when you glorify yourself. All right. And we're going to look at that. I'm not a Satanist. I'm not. I'm going to tell you I'm not. And I'm going to show you how practicing worship of, you know, birthday is, you know, self-satanic worship. All right. So here's that information right here. Here's the link. All right. I'm going to copy this. Oh, yeah. All right. All right. Everybody see this page? All right. Very clear and cut information. All right. Satanic Bible and birthdays, the idolatry of self-esteem, and the highest satanic holy days and holidays. Now, because I'm reading from this website does not mean that this website has invalid information. What we do is we get reference. You see this right here? This is notes. These are notes. Look at Anton LaVey, who was a real warlock. A warlock is a male witch who lived in America, who did the Book of Lucifer, the Enlightenment, Avon Books, 1996. It gives you regarding birthdays. Why is birthdays not in the Bible, but birthdays is in the satanic book? Because the Most High God didn't tell you that. When we just read Leviticus chapter 23, we just had a whole Sabbath class. And in Leviticus 23, the Most High told us his holy days from the Shabbat all the way back around. All right, we got Pesach, Passover, the Feast of Unleavened Bread. We got the Feast of Weeks, the blowing of trumpets, the Day of Atonement. You never heard birthday in there.
How dare any of you Israelites? How dare you? How wonderfully heathenistic of you. Now, let me read what the Satanic Bible says, all right? The highest of all holidays in the Satanic religion is the date of one's own birthday. Did you ever see anywhere in the Bible where they said, happy birthday, Jesus? No. Stop acting like a heathen. Stop acting like a European. Stop acting like the ones who enslaved you. Negroes did not follow this custom. Let me read this again. The Satanic Bible, Anton LaVey. You can look up this information yourself. We learn it so we can teach it to you so you can fix yourself because your pastor failed you. Everybody that's watching on Isaiah Yashar Allah on YouTube and everybody that's watching on Isaiah Yashar Allah Facebook, I encourage you to send this information out. This is my birthday. Why am I not out there? I am 1 hour and 20 minutes old. Why am I not out getting drunk right now? Why am I not out getting high right now? Why am I not out having sex right now? Let me tell you why. Because let me read this. The highest of all holidays in the Satanic religion is the date of one's own birthday. This is the direct, this is in direct contradiction to the holy days and other religions which deify and, a particular God who has been created in an anthropomorphic form of their own image, thereby showing that the ego is not really buried. See that? Look at this. Let's read this quote on what the Satanist feels. It says, you know what? Let's not read that. And the reason being I don't want to read is because I just want to move on to the next thing. Now, what here's the whole quote, and here's the notes. Read it for yourself. And if you tell me you love the Lord and the Lord loves you and God is in your heart, you a heathen. They not like us. You're not like us. And when the Most High come back, guess what? He looking for the ones who's going to be doing what he said to do. You think somebody can put a gun to my head and make me work on the Shabbat? You think somebody can put a gun to my head and make me eat one piece of pork and crack a joke about it? But I love my bacon. Shut up. You think somebody can put a gun to my head and make me say I'm not a Hebrew? Everything that I named off is what happened, is what caused us to be in the condition we in. You forgot your nationality, brothers. You forgot your nationality, sisters. And now you practicing the ways of the heathens. You practicing the ways of the heathens. You got to stop. So let's go to this next one real quick. I'm going to close that. Here's the link for that if anybody wants it. Clear and cut public information. All right. I'm not interested. La'athawada, as we say in Hebrew, we say la'athawada. No, thank you. Part 3 coming right back.